2 years exactly. Please, it's okay. I'm really tired. Yes. I want to go and hit that. Lakini askari hizi
tumejengua mazingira ya jamaa.
Alijengua yote.
The rules of engagements were signed by the two states. Then the military had to swing in action. And that's the action that began on the 30th of November 2021. It was a huge, huge success. The operation was so heavy. There were air bombardment, there were artillery bombardment, then the ground forces went in, where the first attack and hitting was Kambi Ayua. You're all aware about Kambi Ayua. There, the operation took over 6 months. The UPDF and the FRDC, who held the operation jointly, managed to kick out the first group of the ADF that was formed around Kambi Ayua in those areas of Tingwe and in those areas going towards Mount Oyo. The ADF dispersed and went northeast from Kambi Ayua. Once they moved to those areas of Tokomeka, Zunguluka, Kainama, Boga, Chabi, we followed them. As I said, that area became Sector 2, and it was the second phase of Operation Shujja. The enemy was beaten. By the end of 2022, the enemy was again thoroughly beaten in Sector 2, and that was when the enemy dispersed. They feared to go back to Sector 1 in Kambi Ayua, but they crossed Kambi Ayua through Semliki, through Beni, and went down in the Molika Valley. The time that these ADF bandits and terrorists came and burnt the school in Rubiria Secondary School, where they burnt and killed over 40 kids, and where they also came and attacked and burnt a truck. Later on also attacked our soldier in Pondwe, in Kasindi, and later on killed tourists in Queen Elizabeth National Park. The ADF had already been beaten out of Molika Valley. Their main intention was to divert us from pursuing them to wherever they had gone, so that we come backwards in Molika and eventually in Uganda to showcase that they were back in Uganda, which of course didn't stop us from making our continued plans. So the ADF was beaten in Molika Valley, and most of them crossed back where their leadership were. Their leadership have been always in the areas of Ituri region, and this Ituri region is where we are today. This is in Luna, Eringeti, going to Komanda, Manzobe, coming back to Ido, Ndimo, Otomaber, Mambelenga, up to Ndalia. We are coming up with a new phase, and this phase is the fourth phase, and in the fourth sector. We have come with hopes that we shall dislodge them, just like we have been kicking them. One thing to note, these people are terrorists, crooks, who recruit their files and ranks by capturing, kidnapping, and abducting civilians. Civilians will become their fighters. In several occasions, we have rescued most of them, and they will tell you, yes, I've been fighting, but I was taken against my will. I didn't want to do it. We have achieved a lot. By chasing these thugs and killing them, we rescue a lot of kids, women and men who are taken against their will to go and serve or execute the interests of the ADF. The other achievement is that we have killed so many of them, the commanders. We have killed Muraro, we have killed Bangakene, we have killed the Nzaramba. We have captured them. Part of achievement, we've captured them. We picked on Njovu recently. We picked on the guy, the commander who came to Ntoroko. Okay, we caught him up and captured him live. And so many of them. The other biggest achievement is the all internally displaced camps in Boga, in Chabi, in Kainama have all been evacuated. These people have gone back home. The joint force of the UPDF and the Congolese military, FRDC, have done a lot in terms of decimating and reducing the numbers of the ADF and reducing their will to fight and their power to fight. Because the ADF is not as lethal as it used to be. The only unfortunate thing the ADF do is go to a civilian population where it's isolated, get them and kill a number of them to show the world that they are still there. But those are kicks of a dying horse. Lakini ukatoka gari ya huyo inachamuka au ni maji ya chini? Maji ya chini. Ziba magari mkae hapo.
Alex.
So we have to bring the caterpillar. It does on this side for the
maneno ya security naona manyumba nyingine hakuna watu sisi hakuna jua. Watu
wanate mukwate kigere. Akakisako kuyingira mu Uganda ne bagenda bekola ebintu ebyo. Okutu diverting okuloza nti bazzeeyo mu Uganda fe tuve kuguno mulama gwaffe. Nedda. So nolwekyo boda Uganda ebeera porous ne ya Congo sawa yo n'omutuju osobola crossinga nagenda nakola ekibi. Naye nga tusobozesa kuba abo abayekerayo ababa bayise mu Uganda.
UPDF tufunye kukosebwa tutya mu lutalo lubeeramu okuwanyisibwa
waffe ku basirikale baffe teringa ya ADF. Kati bw'ogoberera mpola kulaba kugwa 7 n'okutuuka kati nyiza okugamba nti twakafiirwa abasirikale nga bana oba 5 naye nga tetulina losses nga bwe tukola ADF naye nga bwe